Man, I'm not really in love with Team Liquid's lineup of 5 against what Fnatic are putting together, though. I feel it's going to be pretty difficult for them. How are you feeling about this draft splits?
Depends on the last pick. I really wanted something like a mech carrier or something that can Roshan early, and instead it's going to be neithers. They're going to take the Queen of Pain and probably a pretty decent hero here.
All right, well, real quick, gentlemen. Predictions on the match based on the draft we see before us?
Fnatic.
I feel pretty comfortable saying I think Fnatic's going to upset and go for the 2-0.
Yeah, Fnatic, unless Liquid just step up their game, because they didn't play like they did yesterday in the first game.
All right,
So,
we got
Fnatic.
3 votes for a Fnatic 2-0 shutout. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case or not. Let's go ahead and throw it over to our casters for game number 2. It's Odie, Pixel, and Draskell.
And in this game as well, laning phase was super, super important. I think for both these teams, their game plans are very indicative of how the lanes go. This time around, Liquid just had really, really strong lanes. Good aggro try. Their middle lane matchup, FATA obviously won, not by a huge margin, but he did win by a bit. And then bottom lane, Mind Control crushed. Top lane crushed. They killed the entire tri lane in the first actual engagement that kicked off. So it's pretty much been all Liquid's momentum throughout the entire 14 minutes of this game so far. And they're not looking to stop now. Mushi, he will be able to TP away from this. But for the time being, Fnatic really need to focus on not getting overly greedy. Like, it's easy to fall into a game where you're losing and just say, okay, we need to get a kill. Because Ohaiyo just goes all in on FATA, and DJ does pretty much the same thing and then ends up like throwing out a ward trap on the tankiest hero on the side of Liquid. And I'm sure it was just a bit of a panic maneuver, but it's not really gonna help. And they haven't really, like at this point, they haven't killed a tower. And they're a Drow lineup at 15 minutes almost.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lineup with this Drow and Quap Core is not necessarily one you want to be running when you are falling behind. It's going to be hard for Fnatic to swing this round, especially if they lose another fight. I mean, they're coming in, they may get the edge from the back of this smoke. KuroKy's going to spot
Oh,
the bonus strike! What the heck? Ohaiyo whiffing that one, and he's going to pay with his life. The Sand King is out. And Liquid, they're ready to come in and clean up more. A Sonic Wave, it will catch Mind Control, bringing him low, but it's not going to bring him down. Jump forward for Mind Control, getting back in. Ice Blast to the face of the Queen of Pain. 3 down on Fnatic. And the way that started, I mean, Ohaiyo, we saw in game 1, his initiations were absolutely perfect. But just whiffing it there on the Sand King and Liquid, they're a team that you cannot afford to mess up against.
Man, that was just brutal. If they get that stun, you know, perhaps they get a quick kill. They have Queen of Pain to follow it up. A good, like, blink follow-up is all you need to just get that one quick kill, and then perhaps, you know, they can just go for the bottom tier 1 with the Mass Serpent Wards or kill it, and maybe even pressure the tier 2. That would have been such a nice engagement if Fnatic could have just gotten one clean kill out of it, but unfortunately, those types of plays, when you're already behind, they can just be absolutely crippling. And Fnatic, they do have an okay amount of deep push, you know, Queen, Sand King, stuff like that. But stopping them right now is going to be tough. Oh, man.
It will catch the burst strike onto FATA with the epi, but we can see with the hood. FATA, he does not give a hoot. He takes no damage whatsoever. Mind Control coming back in, brings down the Scorpion. And Fnatic, they're still trying to find this Tombstone. Wards have been dropped. FATA backing up the Ice Blast. Straight onto Mushi and 3-4-3. Mind Control kept alive by JerAx's false throws. They have lost FATA, but Fnatic have lost 3. And again, Liquid now with the tools at their disposal. You know, MATUMBAMAN's got a blink, helm, armlet, treads. 18 minutes in, they're so far ahead. What is the plan for Fnatic now?
They dropped every single thing they had in that fight. Everything. And they managed to walk away with 1 kill. I mean, the Fate's Edict and the hook combination, like you saw it there. It didn't matter if he popped the epi or not. There was no way they were potentially killing FATA, but they're just getting so desperate because they realize that the state of the game is just not going in their favor. I'm not really sure at this point what you do if you're Fnatic, because you need to drop everything on one hero to get a kill. Your Drow is very far behind, your Queen's far behind, and that hero itself, like Queen of Pain, is notorious for being very difficult to play when you're not just miles ahead.
Oh.
Okay, nice blink.
All right.
That was very solid. And then they say, okay, they're obviously going to split up to try to effectively farm lanes for a little bit. Let's just go ahead and try to get something done. And even a support kill at this point, you know, it's not nothing. And Fnatic need every single thing that they can possibly get to make their way back in.
Yeah, they'll take what they can get. And Ohaiyo, maybe setting up something here big with an epicenter, jumps in, wants a mind control, wards down as well. The shackles for DJ, but DJ immediately having to let go as Liquid. They're full force fighting back. Mind control will get taken down though, but MATUMBAMAN chokes through DJ. FATA falling over the false promise for JerAx, keeping him alive. But this is looking to be a fantastic fight for Fnatic. The turnaround is there, and Fnatic fighting in a situation where they were pretty much 20,000 net worth behind.
This is Roshan as well.
What an insane fight to have when you're this far behind. Oh my goodness.
They're going to see him here. He's going to blast the pit. Is that enough to stop Fnatic from doing it though?
They're back in.
They have a draw, so it's very easy to kite the Roshan. You don't actually need like Lifesteal or anything for this. That ward, by the way, was what gave them that perfect fight, because Ohaiyo saw them coming around, and he gets the epicenter off, and they just drop everything onto mind control to make sure they take down the axe. And once he's gone, there's just not that much control, so they're able to actually effectively kite the other core, which is MATUMBAMAN. Obviously, being melee against a Drow, it's not really the greatest of times. That was very well executed from Fnatic, and a move that has bought them some time in this game for sure.
It's certainly going to be a mighty swing on that net worth graph indeed.
But they see that FATA's top. He does not have boots of travel, but he does have a TP.
Mind control is on his own. Fnatic, they could have a great chance of killing him, and he jumping in with the epicenter. Mind control gets the call up, and with the Sonic Wave, epicenter damage is too much. And Fnatic again finding these picks, but at the same time, Mushi was caught off alone. So Liquid do find a 1v1.
Yeah, but look at how much more valuable the kill is for Fnatic. Like, it's not even close. Just because of the sheer net worth difference, like killing the axe is going to be worth it every single day of the week, even if you do lose your draw. It's a very good item for this game.
Oh, my control trying to jump in onto MidOne. Comes right, gets the dagger out, MATUMBAMAN onto Mushi. Borostai Epi onto FATA. FATA fully rented over the hood, doing a lot. Fate Seedings as well for JerAx, stopping the magic, but the pure damage bursts through for the Sonic Wave. They've lost the Razor. They found themselves.
They got three.
Fnatic. Oh my goodness. They're going to be able to get the full team-wide mind control down as well. 3-4-3. Ripping them out with this axe, stealing the strength away from Liquid.
And if they smoke with that and manage to find a couple of picks, they can reestablish map control. That would be very important for them at this point, because it's not even as if they're that far behind in terms of farm. It's just the last couple of fights have been very, very disappointing.
I'm just talking about Liquid looking for a smoke, but
this
Fnatic
timing
themselves. Are they gonna smoke and go Roche? Yeah. Mushi straight in, working at it. Liquid themselves, I mean, the majority of them already back up at the base. Even if they know that's going on, they can't close this gap in time. They're going to be taking it quickly. Fnatic, Roshan down to half, getting themselves ages as well for the next engagement. It's going to make it even harder. As you said, the big step up for Liquid is the fact that some of these BKBs have now come online. But is it going to be enough? Aegis now for MidOne. Fnatic with more tools at the ready for the next fight.
Liquid have 10-second BKBs on their cores, or maybe it's 9 for FATA. Yeah, he did use it once in the bottom fight, so it's 2 10s and a 9. That is a huge difference. It's going to make it a lot harder for Ohaiyo to have impact in the fight with his epicenter. Clearly the Sonic Wave will still do some damage, but being able to get that sheer burst factor that we saw in the bottom jungle fight is not nearly as likely as it is now, and Fnatic are going to have to play a much more kite-oriented team fight if they want to try to fight Liquid in the open. Even with an Aegis, I still think it's very, very dangerous, because if MATUMBAMAN's able to stick to a target with that newfound magic immunity, Shadow Shaman, they're all very spell-based heroes. So once those get lower duration and you're down to 5 seconds, then it becomes a fight where Fnatic might be able to kite it out long enough to be able to start using their spells again. And this Queen of Pain is... I
mean, the AC pickup's brilliant, isn't it? Helps negate that of MATUMBAMAN's, and allows Fnatic as well, if they win a fight, to have a bit better of a chance of being able to break high ground, because other than the Shaman wards and the Drow, they don't necessarily have the best ways of frontlining a tower high ground siege.
That's a very good choice. I would expect him to maybe either go for Hex or Refresher next. I think having double BKB is really good, because you can just sit in the fight for a longer period of time, and double Sonic Wave when you already have Aghanims is so powerful, even against the tankier heroes. Yeah, the Sand King's play is crucial indeed, but he kind of needs to like go in and burrow and then not use Epicenter until the BKBs are down. So he needs to be able to get in and out, use his stuns defensively for peels for the other heroes so they don't actually die during BKB, or if they can, he gets like a stun first, maybe they can burst a hero before the BKBs pop. That would be the ideal situation. It's not easy though, because they would need DJ to follow that up after the initial burrow, and that's only in a situation where you're going for a pick. In a full-fledged team fight, you would never be able to initiate that way because BKB from one hero gets popped, you get initiated on by the Sven of the Axe, and then you kind of just get ran over. So it's tough. It's very tough right now to fight straight up as Fnatic.
And we saw in the last fight, of course, as well towards the mid-tier 2 of Liquid, one of the edges was the fact that they were able to get DJ first. You know, making sure those wards aren't planted down, someone's not getting trapped. It's a great way for Liquid to be able to start the fight. So Fnatic, of course, next time will certainly try their best to avoid that awkward positioning and being caught off guard and make sure that DJ can drop his spells down.
They did kind of catch him off guard because obviously they went for the smoke, but it's something that it could have went a heck of a lot worse for Fnatic. Like if they were grouped up more and there was like a multiple man call or something like that, it could have been a total disaster. But in reality, given the situation and those items just being purchased, Liquid probably wanted more than what they got out of that engagement. And getting the Mushi kill after was just Mushi being around a little bit too long instead of just like straight up running away. But yeah, normally the AA would like to have much more impact than he's having in the game right now. This tower is getting wrecked.
Liquid reacting immediately, fortification. MATUMBAMAN jumping in with the God Strength. Mind control, does get the catch. Onto MidOne with a bow strike from Ohaiyo in return. Ice Blast, it's going to come through. MidOne falling low, but he did manage to blink out. Ohaiyo's going to be the focus. They'll burst out, but DJ again with the ward trap onto FATA. Doesn't matter this time as Liquid will find themselves the second. So Liquid able to react and take down 2 from Fnatic. Fnatic trying to play around, looking to the side. They've actually caught MATUMBAMAN alone. It's a big pick to find the Sven. Now coming back the 3-man Gus, the Sonic Wave coming through. FATA pops the Shivas, Ohaiyo over the epicenter. Takes down mind control. FATA to full as well, the Burrow Strike. They're looking for KuroKy and Fnatic. They may have fallen short on the last couple of fights, but again, we're seeing the Fnatic mid-game team fight power that they were showing us earlier. It's back again. And FATA, he's going to be one to fall as well by the looks of it. Ohaiyo and Mushi chase down the Razor. And again, Liquid managed to stabilize the game a little bit with the BKB purchases, but as we saw there, Fnatic, they can draw out the fight. They can fight around those timings, come back in hard. And they're just executing it perfectly as a team. And with this push down the mid, we'll see how many buybacks for Liquid's forced to use. MATUMBAMAN still down for 40 seconds. JerAx himself not going to be able to get back in the game.
God, that was such a nice gust from Mushi there. Hitting those 3 targets, making sure that, he knew the BKB was down on mind control, so there's no way he can ever use any crowd control abilities, no taunt, nothing like that. And that Sonic Wave follow-up was just perfect. The best thing about that fight, though, personally, for me, was DJ being able to isolate MATUMBAMAN, realizing, hey, he doesn't have Aegis, he doesn't have Cheese, it doesn't have BKB anymore, you guys need to come around here and kill him straight up. And because they picked off that hero, and the trade for that 1-for-1 was an Undying, I would want a Sven on my team with that kind of net worth over an Undying at this stage in the game. And then at that point, it's just way too hard to come back from. And that was 2 buybacks there, because the Axe bought back as well as the Razors, so.
And Mushi off the back of that fight, I mean, we already saw he was doing enough damage to take down the cores. He's just picked up a straight butterfly. He had about 6k gold to spend after that fight. He's just about got enough to have buyback as well, so it should be available by the time the next fight kicks off. Bloodthorn going to be picked up as well.
That's a huge purchase, especially considering the fact that Mushi himself just got a damage item. If they're hitting the same target and there's a Bloodthorn on that hero and BKB's down.
So what kind of a jump they get? MidOne jumps in, immediate reaction from JerAx as he blinks away. Mind control goes back in. Now, MATUMBAMAN jumping onto MidOne, striking him down. The Quad Scott buyback immediately from MidOne on the Quad KuroKy. Falling low, but he's still alive. Liquid just trying to get themselves the hell out of there, popping the BKBs and running. They know there's going to be a Quad bouncing in. Ohaiyo! Epi! Burrow Strike onto 2! The Sonic Wave! MATUMBAMAN falling low, falling down. JerAx down as well! Buyback from the Sven!
Mind control doesn't have buyback.
Can they still hold on to this? Fnatic, they're onto the top racks. MidOne cleans up mind control. They have lost Ohaiyo, but they've got 4.
They got the melee racks as well. There's no buyback on mind control. 100 seconds dead. The only person who's dead on Fnatic is the Sand King.
And of course, Fnatic, they've got all the pushing power that they need alive. Mushi standing strong, ready to go in on the top lane. MATUMBAMAN picks up the refresher. Maybe going to look for a final hurrah. He's down 2 teammates. He's going to need that miraculous play.
This could catch them by surprise. I think he wants to wait out his BKB at least in the God Strength. If he can get 2 ultimates and 2 BKBs, there is a chance they can defend this even outnumbered. It's only 10 more seconds on the God Strength, and then he'll be able to double ulti, double BKB. That could be enough.
60 seconds without on control for the defense, but MATUMBAMAN jumping in, BKB gets the similar to DJ with a go step. He's looking to focus 3-4-3, but the damage from Mushi is gone! Sonic Wave to the face! 2 minutes without MATUMBAMAN! FATA's trying to do it for the side, but Mushi, DJ, shackles FATA up. The false promises there, BKB's come out. Liquid maybe looking for a last-ditch defense. 3-4-3 falls back, but the ranks are falling. Mushi's going to get the objectives. Buyback from Ohaiyo. MidOne looking for FATA. The burrow strike from Ohaiyo. They've done it. They've absolutely done it. Fnatic 2-0 Liquid. Liquid are going home in the lower bracket of Fnatic with one of the best performances I feel we've ever seen from them.
You know, I really, really wish that Winter was on the analyst panel right now, because the only thing I would ask him is, how do you feel how easy Fnatic's bracket was now?
That
is 2-0ing Team Liquid.
An absolute roller coaster, back and forth, and I can imagine for the players just a roller coaster of emotions. But at the end of the day, Fnatic just held their composure better. Some of the best team fights I feel we've seen in a while from both sides. You know, Liquid with excellent laning stage. Fnatic with insane mid-game fight, but Liquid not wants to give up. They managed to bring it back slightly, but at the end of the day, those final huge key decisions, the plays from Fnatic to make sure they were able to continue the game to the point where Liquid's BKBs, they were falling low. We saw at the end how Liquid were having to pop BKBs and run, and Fnatic, they were there, hot on their heels, chasing them down, and they take them out of TI 2-0.